Hi guys, this is the Chapter 7 chapter review beginning on page 456. I'm doing problems number 1 through 5. This is for 7.1. Number 1 asks us to evaluate the expression without using a calculator. Asks for the fourth root of 16. Remember, what this is really asking is what number multiplied by itself 4 times gives us 16, and the answer is 2. If you were to do this in your calculator just to check your work, of course you are expected to know this without your calculator, but if you needed to check in your calculator, you would put in the index first, and then math 5, which is the x root, then put in the number 16 and hit enter. You should get the answer 2. For number 2, we are still evaluating. This one asks us for the third root of 64 and that answer squared. The third root of 64 we know is 4 squared gives us 16. Again, if you needed to put in the third root, you could use math 4 in your calculator. However, in general, we would be expected to know this without our calculator. Number 3, 9 to the negative 5 halves. First of all, remember that we have a negative exponent there. Negative exponent asks us for the reciprocal. So we get 1 over 9 and we change the exponent to positive. So we get 5 halves. Now, thinking about what an exponent of 5 halves really means, remember that the denominator is the same as the index in a radical. So this could be rewritten as the square root of 9 to the 5th. You may use whichever of those representations is more comfortable for you. The square root of 9 we know is 3, and so we have 1 over 3 to the 5th, which is 1 over 243. Again, if you are checking in your calculator, because there are no variables in this problem, you could do this purely by calculator, and you would do 9 and use the caret to raise it to the power, and then make sure, as always, that we put fractions inside parentheses for use in our calculator. Also remember that if our answer was to have a radical or a rational exponent in it, then you should match your answer to the form of the original problem. So if your problem started out as a radical, your answer would be in radical form. If it started out with a rational exponent, it would be in rational exponent form. Number 4 asks us for 216 to the 1/3. Remember, the index 3 is the same as the denominator, so this is the same as saying the cube root of 216, which we know to be 6. The last one in this section is number 5. It asks us for the 5th root of negative 32. We know that we can take an odd root of a negative number, so in this case our answer would be negative 2.